of the biggest barriers we see to successful use of technology and successful technology investments is really the customers themselves. We often walk into organizations, there may be like 40 or 50 different technology projects going on, all sorts of business stakeholders and technology professionals working on all sorts of different things, and we see a lot of things going on very poorly and nothing very impactful happening. It's really striking. So one of the things we often recommend is really about focus, right? And that's getting everyone aligned on what the most important business strategies are and business initiatives, making sure there's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 of those, and that the technology initiatives around those are specifically aligned with those initiatives. And there's not 50 of them, there's a few key impactful technology investments. Then the whole organization can focus on making those happen and making it happen in a big, impactful way. You know, and the question becomes like, how do you get everyone aligned so that they're, you know, agreeing on the most important things the business has to do, agreeing on the best way to use technology to make that happen, and then agreeing on the plan to get from where they are to where they want to be. And we have found one of the most effective things to do is to have an executive envisioning session. And that's an executive workshop. It can come in a lot of different formats, but it's really framing up the challenges the business is facing, talking openly and honestly about those challenges, not feeling threatened, and then talking about solutions. Spending a little bit of time, and you might do it in 2 or 3 sessions. It can be done in a short period of time in a very impactful way. If you do the preparation to gather information from everyone before the sessions, then you come back together, outline some solutions, debate which are the most important to accomplish and solve for the big problems, and then you start developing the plans, right? And it can be so impactful in getting everyone aligned, and it takes so little investment, but you do have to spend a little time to do it. Technology has been used extensively for improving efficiency, increasing productivity, reducing costs for many years. And oftentimes we don't think long and hard about how to leverage technology for growth. And one of the huge trends in the last 5 to 10 years is how technology is so important in driving growth. And if you look at those key technologies that really matured and are becoming so important, you take just all of the digital interaction a customer has and all of the touch points a customer has with your organization, and making sure those digital experiences are consistent, not confusing, and leveraging technology to do that. You know, you think about the different technology platforms your organization may or may not be using, your website, your customer relationship management solution, your CX solution, your marketing tech stack. All of those technical platforms typically touch and interact with the customer in some way. And all of those have to be modern, have a modern look and feel for that experience to be a good one. And we're seeing customers invest in all of those spaces to really drive growth, and making sure all the information between those platforms is consistent, integrated, presented to the customer in a easily consumable way. So those are exciting technologies that we're seeing people use to drive growth faster. Another thing that's really emerging that's exciting in driving growth is the use of artificial intelligence, intelligent automation, to really kind of interact with customer and get to their true need, right, faster, make that experience easy and nice, and it's become shockingly, as we've all seen in the news, it's become unbelievable what the technology can do. And so we're seeing not widespread adoption on a large scale, but a lot of experiments in using technology and particularly AI and intelligent automation to grow by interacting directly with the customer and mining the customer data to know what they want. That's been going on for years, but really getting that to turning that into growth, that's really where the AI comes into play. I'm often asked when I'm out meeting with customers and talking about the technologies they're using to realize business results, what should our tech priorities be? Or, there really isn't any such thing as a tech priority. We should think about our strategies we're trying to realize, the business results, the business vision we're trying to achieve, and then technology is really a tool to help us do that. So the real question is, what are your business priorities, and then how can tech help enable those? So it's an interesting environment right now, and there are some common business themes that are going on right now. You've got inflationary trends globally that are affecting all of us. The economic response to that with higher interest rates, higher costs, is causing companies to be a little more focused on efficiency, automation, getting things done more effectively so that they can focus their resources on those most important things to achieve growth. So I think the most important thing a technology department in a company can do, or the CIO or CTO can do, is make sure, number one, all of your initiatives are attached to a key business strategy. You're really part of the strategic conversation that's going on in the organization. And then clearly that everything we're investing in has a ROI that it's going to deliver a return to the company. And then we really have to work on minimizing the cost of technology, make sure we don't have a lot of tech debt out there that really drives up costs and causes us to waste money, essentially, and then we're not able to focus on the strategic important things and the growth opportunities that are out there. Every day I have to stop and pause a little and be grateful. Grateful that I get to do the job I get to do. I have the opportunity to talk to hundreds of our customers every year, executives all over the globe that are running successful organizations using technology to make those organizations better. I have an opportunity to talk to executives from some of the best cloud platforms in the world, Microsoft, Google, AWS, and what these organizations are doing. So it's so exciting, right? If you look at what the technology industry is doing, how our customers are using that technology to achieve things that were previously unimaginable, it's such an exciting place to be. One of the things that excites me is just all of the innovation, right? You look at AI, all the generative AI, intelligent automation, the natural language models, the large, it's large data sets and what they're doing with data to fuel innovation and human interaction. It's exciting. So I just smile every day and I'm grateful to be in the industry and so excited to go out with our customers and help them kind of achieve just new levels of success. I've learned a lot, or at least maybe I was just reminded of a lot of things that I've known but had forgotten. And a little bit of it is what our customers go through when they do a big implementation of a big project. Synoptek replaced a large number of our systems, upgraded platforms to some new systems, and it affected every single person in our company. So, we went through that process, which we do with customers every single year, and we were all reminded what a big endeavor it is and what a big commitment it is. And there are a few things we were reminded of and learned and will keep in mind as we help our customers going forward. First of all, the business has to be engaged and partnering on those projects, because we need the support of the business stakeholders that own the processes, and we need the people that do the work to be engaged in the technology projects for them to be successful. Second, it has to be a structured methodology. We have to kind of paint the picture of what the future is going to be in a clear way, why we are doing it so everyone in the organization understands, and then the milestones for how we get from where we are today to where we're going. And the third thing, we often forget how people are affected by the changing systems, right? They've been working, they're trying to do their jobs effectively, be productive, get their job done every day, and all of a sudden we take all the systems, we change how they work, new ways of working, new processes, things don't work as they thought they would. When you go live, there's little problems. So how do you kind of prepare, train them, set the expectations, help them through that journey so it doesn't disrupt the overall operations of the organization? There are a lot of dynamic things going on in the market today, in the consumer world, and that feeds back and affects all businesses. And there are a few things that are dominating though. Number one is just this increasing importance of a digital customer experience, right? It used to be most of our interaction with a customer was in person to person, right? And for some businesses that's still the case, but increasingly more and more of the interaction and the experience a customer has is a digital experience. So that's a huge trend that's been going on since the pandemic. It was accelerated by the pandemic and continues to accelerate as we become more mobile, more flexible, work in different locations. So that's changing how we interact with our customer. That drives a lot of implications for a company, right? What is that experience, start to finish, for a customer, and how do I think about that? And there's some things you can do to address that. One challenge that our customers continue to have is how to react and respond to different customer and market trends. And it's interesting because people ask me that question. Oftentimes, when we go into organizations and help them look at market trends and figure out how to leverage technology to better grow their business or change their customer experience, every situation is different, right? Every organization is different. And one of the most important things for technology professionals, consultants, people that are working with companies to help build out a great customer experience is to really understand the customer, right? Go out and talk to customers. Go out and talk to the business stakeholders that are interacting with the customers. Then you can really understand the experience the customer's having and be part of the strategic conversation about how to make that experience better. Oftentimes, as technology professionals, an IT organization may be kind of back in the corner, distancing themselves from the customer. And I encourage all of our customers, our technology professionals in our organization, as well as at our customers, to get out there and get right in the trenches with the customer. Understand how they're interacting with your organization, and then you can really start seeing ways to make it better. Then that also enables you to come up with solutions to make that experience better and to really be in the conversation, the strategic conversation about how to get more customers, grow those customers, and keep those customers over time. We've been operating in a world that's more uncertain, and there's definitely more risk out there, uncertainty, market disruption. When you look at kind of inflationary trends, supply chain disruption, regional confrontations, geopolitical issues, it's hard to know how to plan. We like to really work with customers to build plans that drive growth, but also mitigate risk in the event of uncertain or unexpected outcomes. And there's a lot that can be done. The first thing we always do is have plan A, plan B, and plan C, right? You have to be able to be agile and be able to operate in the event and of an unexpected outcome to happen or a business disruption, and you need to be able to pivot. One of the things our customers are doing to be able to do that is getting a solid technology foundation in the cloud, all their business apps in the cloud, so that they can be agile and their business can take new shapes quickly. The second thing that comes with a lot of this risk is really there's a lot of bad actors out there, right? And so we're constantly, whether we're growing or pivoting or changing, change brings vulnerability, and that opens the door for bad actors. So we constantly have to be thinking about those risks, have a risk and compliance framework that we're applying, and have great technology controls that enable us to protect our data, protect our intellectual property, keep our systems running despite all of the forces out there that are preventing that. One thing that's important when you think about what the strategic priorities are, I love the quote by Kevin Scott, which is the CTO at Microsoft. He always reminds us and to be aspirational and say, do legendary shit. It's kind of a funny quote, and I find a lot of the technology folks love to think about it because there's things you can do today with technology that are extraordinary. But what he really means is do strategic things that make a difference for your business and leverage technology.